After a minor driving violation, Nicole thought she had paid her debt to society with $1,400 in fines, fees, and hours of community service. But 2 years later, she's still paying $35 every month to a company called Sentinel Offender Services.
Do they threaten you that you'd go to jail?
Oh yeah, I go to jail. They call my phone and threaten me that I'm going to go to jail. That they'll take me back in front of the judge, and they're rude. They're real rude and disrespectful.
30 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that no one may be locked up just because they didn't have the money to pay a fine. But that ruling is routinely ignored by private probation service companies like this one, which operate under contract to local governments. The companies don't charge the government, but they do impose repeated fees on those low-level offenders who cannot immediately pay their fines. By letting the contractors supervise probations, a court effectively gives them the power to declare someone who's behind in their payments subject to arrest. By some estimates, the contractors make an annual $40 million profit in Georgia alone. But according to a recent Georgia government audit, the companies were found to have, quote, improperly extended the probation term, obtained an arrest warrant, or improperly allocated probationer payments to providers' supervision fees instead of the court.
People on a minor traffic stop or even a license checkpoint get hauled off to jail just so Sentinel can get its money. It's a total abuse of the process.
Kathleen Huck says she spent 20 days in jail for a $186 debt to the probation service contractor. The company had her arrested 4 years after Kathleen's original fine and restitution for drunken driving had been paid.
Sentinel reinstating my probation without a judge signature or anything, doing it on their own. So I would say they're doing it for profit.
The company is appealing a local judge's decision for Sentinel to repay hundreds of people. Meanwhile, the probation company successfully lobbied Georgia's legislature to pass a law protecting their operations.
Governor of the state of Georgia.
But Georgia's governor vetoed the bill. He said it would have guaranteed the companies could continue to keep their revenues and other information confidential.
The legislature in Georgia has seen fit to make this a state secret. This is hugely problematic and something that we hope that the legislature will address in coming sessions.
Open now.
Meanwhile, law enforcement agencies have their own complaint with the system. The companies are forcing too many jail beds to be filled by people who are not criminals, yet wind up costing the taxpayers for their room and board. Tom Ackerman, Al Jazeera, Augusta, Georgia.